Hi, everybody. So good to see you. I'm back in Australia, back with Wi-Fi. I haven't made it home yet to Melbourne, but we've made it this far. It's a full house here, so I've just thrown a sarong over the mess and away we go. But before I start this catch-up reading, now the World Cup soccer is in progress. I don't follow soccer. Why would I be interested? Well, it is the sport that's most widely played across the globe, and 5 billion people watch it. So it is a big deal. And let me just share a few things that have happened in the last couple of days with World Cup soccer. So, England, soccer buffs, live and breathe soccer. And to be the commentator for England, it's a very competitive thing and it's the highlight of your career and all of that. And the commentators came on the first night and talked about human rights abuses in Qatar, where it's being held. That is a big deal in itself, right? Entertainment purposes only, just reporting what's out there in the news. Okay, now, still with England, when their team took the field for their first match, they took the knee. I cried. I'll admit it freely. I cried. The England team took the knee against discrimination. And Colin Kaepernick, he might have lost his football contract, but he will go down in history alongside the greats of the Mexican Olympics, Tommy Smith and John Carlos. This is thanks to Colin Kaepernick. So blessings all around. Haven't finished. Germany. Homosexuality is illegal in Qatar, and the German team put on rainbow armbands. Then at the last minute, they were told they couldn't play wearing the armbands. So they took them off. But when they went on the field, they all put their hands over their mouths. We are being silenced, so that everyone wanted to know what they were being silenced about. And then when Iran played, the Iranian supporters booed their own national anthem, having a go at the Ayatollahs. Now, this is all in front of 5 billion people. And intrepid viewers who have been with me for some time know how much I love a creative protest. So keep an eye. Don't just think, oh, sport, really pay attention to what's happening at the World Cup, because what's happening off the field is amazing. So here we go. So Nancy Pelosi has retired. Not a surprise with the dreadful things that have happened, particularly for her husband. And she has chosen Hakeem Jeffries to endorse him. I don't know anything about Hakeem Jeffries, really. So I'm going to have a look here. What's going to happen there? Hakeem Jeffries. And she said from her own lips, it's time for intergenerational change in the Democrats. Well, yes, one would have to agree, would you not? But that's an issue for another day. We're just focusing now for a minute on Hakeem Jeffries. What tone will he appeal to them on? Will he get it? Will he be the successful candidate? What's he saying? Oops, what fell out? Could be that his hands are already a bit tied. Or it could be that the Dems feel a bit tied because Nancy said, I want him. I'm leaning a bit more towards that. But let's have a look. We've got to put it in context. Hakeem Jeffries. All right, well, this is saying to me, I think he'll get it. And for this reason, there'll be some who vote against it or whatever, but mostly they'll feel out of respect for Nancy or whatever, they will go with that. He would be the first man of colour in that role. Here he is. He gets the King of Wands here. So I see him getting it. But here is the card. Not being mad about something that you are being asked to do under the hostage card. So he might be a bit uncomfortable with the way he gets the position, possibly. Here's Nancy beside him, you know, Queen of Pentacles. Ace of Pentacles, to combine with the King of Wands, he's going to be the guy. So I want to know, in that case, what can be expected from him. Can people let me know in the comments, where does he sit? Is he left, right, centre, up or down? So let's just have a look at if he gets up, and I think he will, what will be his contribution? What will be his challenges? Hakeem Jeffries, contributions and challenges. Okay. Here he is. Oh, that and the challenge. It's not going to be an easy gig. Oh, and a reversal. These two cards are a bit of a worry here. If I was a Hakeem Jeffries supporter, I'd be worried about him. I'm not that invested in him. But it starts here with the theft card. So I don't think it's him stealing it or whatever, but there's a feeling of he's getting away with something, right, that is going to be, this is his obstacle, that's going to be a bit of a burden in the future going forward. I think there's something he has done in the past, got away with it, and it's going to bite him on the bum. Not enough to stop him getting the job, but it's going to be an issue. He gets two cards here with swords going on. The Queen of Swords. What's his relationship like with Kamala Harris? She could be the Queen of Swords in the sense she is an ex-prosecutor and powerful as VP, although she's kept a low profile, hasn't she, Kamala? Is the problem he can't work with Kamala? I wonder. That would explain something. Then he gets the Two of Swords. His path, he has to work out how to bring two forces together. I'd say this is the more conservative mainstream Democrats and the Squad and the progressives. He has to somehow bring it together. He's going to try and do that to some extent. He's planning how to do that. He's confident, I get from this, that he's getting it right. He has been anointed by the Queen of Pentacles. So he's thinking how to handle Kamala Harris. He's thinking how to handle the progressives. He gets the Nine of Pentacles reversed. So upright, it's a comfortable life, someone who's comfortable in their own skin, who is at a stage of life of reaping rewards, not the retirement stage, like getting rewarded for your hard work when you get to those 40s and 50s, but it's reversed. So I think he'll get it, and I think he'll try and bring the Dems into the same tent, but I'm not sure how successful he will be with that. Now, where are we? 2022. How long have we been waiting for Trump's taxes? I'm sure you're like me. I think we're a bit over the taxes. Couldn't you have done this 4 years ago, 5 years ago? Couldn't you have done it already? Anyway, they haven't, and they are now. Yeah. So his accountant with Massours, or however you pronounce that accounting firm, has testified in New York. And he testified that Trump claimed tax losses over the last 10 years, huge amounts of money. In 2015 years, in 2009, he claimed losses of 700 million. And in 2010, he claimed 200 million. So it's over $1 billion he's claiming here. And really, is he going to be given a fine and a smack? What? $1 billion. BBB billion. I mean, he's not alone in doing this stuff, but, you know. Okay, what I want to know is, are there any more surprises out of Trump's taxes? Is there any reason for us to get some small joy from the release of the taxes so late in the piece? Trump's taxes, what will they finally reveal? What will they finally reveal? Okay, let's have a look. Oh, goodness me. Oh, hi, Letitia. Well, okay. Oops. Sorry, you're balanced on a little box. The revelations, there will be some. There will be some secrets that may even still give us a jolt. Oh, Queen of Swords here. When I said hello, Letitia, I think I can't remember, to be honest, if this is Letitia's case or the other guy's case, but the point is Letitia is watching this extremely carefully. I haven't got the sun shedding light, but inevitably secrets will be coming to life. Secrets how he stole money. I think these are different issues. I'm feeling it's different. There's the defrauding the tax office. I'm getting a Russian vibe here. I think we're finally going to see some direct. See, this guy is dressed like a Cossack. You know, I'm getting a Russian vibe here. We'll see some of that. He's basically done like a dog's dinner. But at the end of the day, the hangman is tied by one leg, not two. And we've been saying for so long he's going to get his comeuppance. But at the same time, I think he's like hamstrung over the issue. It could still, like we all said, could end up being an Al Capone thing because people are drifting away. MAGAs and others are drifting away. Some are rusted on, sure, but some, including some evangelicals, are moving away from him. Donors are moving away from him. People are moving away with the baggage of the Six of Swords. So I think this is going to be another nail in his popularity coffin, you know. Oh my goodness. Now, just hang on while I check here. Oh, did you also see the biggest iPhone factory in the world in China? The workers have gone on strike. And again, they're very brave. They're getting beaten and arrested and all of that. But we're seeing more worker strikes. Finally, after 40 years, more strikes. And I really believe that big corporations, many of whom took tax dollars during COVID, like they couldn't use some of their profits and let people who had less money in small business have the money. No, they always go for the money. Corporate welfare is alive and well. But I think people are beginning to see it. You know, these guys are making these mind-bending profits, and I'm struggling here working, 60 hours a week for a pittance. People are beginning to wake up. So I'm just going to finish quickly with the UK because they're in a terrible economic situation because of Brexit, totally predictable, totally avoidable, and it is a serious mess. And the slogan now is people have to choose between eating and heating. But that's how bad it is for many people, eating or heating. And in the US, the poverty rate is just soaring. It's about wealth disparity, isn't it? It's about the gap. I don't have a problem with people who make, really good money with their ideas and their venture capitalism and creating work for other people. That's not the problem. The problem is nailing people to the wall to maximize your profits. Treat your workers well, then the rest is profit. It shouldn't be a radical position. It should be just a humane, healthy position for a healthy economy. I keep forgetting my question. What is it? Oh, UK. Eating or heating? So people were lied to about Brexit. They were told, it was all the same slogans as Make America Great Again. We'll bring back jobs to the UK. We'll get rid of those nasty migrants, taking your jobs and you'll get jobs. Well, no, A, you're not getting jobs because you're not prepared to work for what the migrant workers work for. And B, the caring industries, which is often where there's a concentration of migrant workers, not being filled. It's the same everywhere. Okay, UK. Quick look at the UK. Oh my God. So I only met a portion of the relations in the Pacific Islands. We've been told we have to go back because there's so many more just to meet. So we did have an amazing time. But now, Lena, focus on the UK. All right. Well, the UK, sorry to laugh, UK, I feel your pain. It's awful. But the UK has become a hermit kingdom. By breaking away from the EU, cutting themselves off, right, they've realised, the Conservatives have realised they've now got to defend the indefensible. However, the sword of truth comes through, piercing the crown. It's like I was just saying, people are starting to see these gigantic gaps in wealth in their own countries. I mean, one example I used to use with my students is in the 70s, a CEO of a big company, on average, would earn 7 times what one of the medium workers in that company would earn, 7 times, which was a lot of money at the time. Now it's 300 times what their workers are earning. That's what's wrong everywhere, right? Yeah. And clarity comes with the swords. UK, I'm sorry. Yeah. So I think for the Labour Party in the UK, which is the equivalent of the Dems, right, I think they have to step up and step forward and be brave and say to people, this cannot continue. The Conservatives everywhere have led people into this situation where people are so burnt out trying to keep food on the table, trying to educate their kids, trying to get their lives ticking over. And they're absolutely worn out by it, you know. So for the UK, I'll just get my little oracles here and just, what's a word of advice for the UK to help you guys cope? Oh, and then I've got one more question I must remember. Okay. Word of advice for the UK, please. What have we got? Oh, the consolation prize. So I think they're stuck looking at a cold winter, a miserable winter. There's going to be a consolation prize in the horror that is the breaking away. Brexit is a disaster for all future generations. It's a big disaster, but there's going to be some consolation coming through, maybe how people start to band together in community or something. Something is worth catching in the net. Maybe this could be a turning point for the UK, because I think we're being asked to lift our level of consciousness into the collective. If we do not think as a human global collective, climate change will mean grandchildren, great-grandchildren will just have filthy rivers and toxic oceans and all the rest. We have to go. If people are going to have a decent life instead of a desperate life, we have to think of us as a collective. If there's going to be justice and an end to war and modern day slavery, we have to think as a collective. So we have to think local, right? We have to act locally. Then you have to turn out at a national level and vote. And then at an international level, we've got to support each other's struggles in this, which brings me neatly back to the World Cup. Oh my goodness. But I've got one more question a viewer asked. Because this, Elon Musk jumping off a cliff with Twitter, is it again, the viewer asked, is Musk doing this deliberately and wants Twitter as a giant tax write-off? Is it actually deliberate? Because he's allegedly a smart guy, and yet he's behaving so viciously and stupidly. Maybe it's a tax dodge. Hadn't thought of that. So let's ask. Thanks for the question. Let's ask. Oh, the obese pug is getting up. Oh my God. It's not pretty. Okay, Elon, tax dodge, yes or no? The sun. Oh God, this card keeps turning up. Look, I'd say no with these cards. He's another, narcissistic sociopath, really. It's all about him. He wants the notoriety of it. But these two cards walking away, these are, I think, the workers who weren't sacked but have chosen to walk away. He's trying to just get money from people, always trying to get away with it. Knight of Swords is coming in to sort him out. Nothing, no pentacles here, not about money. So I think it's about power. But I think Twitter, I'm not a Twitter user, but those who are very keen. I think he's going to almost be eaten alive on Twitter. Ah, that'll be worth the popcorn. Oh my goodness. On that note. So soon I'll probably get one more video in here in Sydney, and then I'll be finally back home. So it is great to be back, and I wish you guys all the best and look after each other. Be kind. Blessings to you. Oh, something came up. Bye.